going to show you how to make some homemade soup. I'm actually filming this in November at the moment, so it's cold and frozen and horrible out there, and a little bit of homemade soup's nice. Got more body in it than a shop bought thing, and some stuff out of a can. Let's go. You want a carrot, an onion, and a little bit of either leek or celery. Not worried which you use, but only use one of them, okay? Let's peel our onions, carrots in the bowl. Peel the carrot, length to top, top to bottom. Let's peel our onion. Just take the little bit of fluff off the bottom and a bit off the top. Peel it down. Take the skin off, all the brown skin. Okay, and the leek. Just take the rough leaves off the top. You can leave the rest. Onto your chopping board, and I'm going to make a pan that big. So 1 carrot, half an onion and a bit of leek is fine. That's all we need. If 1 carrot, we top the carrot, tail the carrot, get rid of those because they're no use. Cut it in half, cut the halves into about 3 and then cut across. Cut that half into about 3, maybe 4, just depending on how big it is, and cut it across. Scoot it into the pan. At this stage you can put a little bit of butter in the pan, put the gas under it and just start to sweat the vegetables. S-W-E-A-T, to sweat the vegetables. That is to cook them, whoops, without colouring, okay? A little bit of butter and the veg on a very low gas. We don't want to burn it. With the onion, cut it down through the root, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and across 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't matter, as long as they're all roughly about the same size. And across. Into the pan. Onto the gas. Now with the leek, you get your leek on the table and you slice it down halfway through. And you slice your leek halfway through. And then you just nip back to the sink and see if there's any leaves in between you need to wash. You see, if I pull that back, can you see the dirt inside it? Let's get rid. I have no desire to eat soil, not since I grew up anyway. And you see what kind of a leaf they've got? A bit tatty, that, isn't it? Let's have that outside leaf gone. Let's pull it off. We don't want it, we don't want it, we don't need it. So we've still got it cut across the top there. Nice and clean now. If we take a knife and cut bits off, we have instant little pieces of leek. And it's a quite strong aromatic flavour. So really, we only need half the leek. Put that in our pan as well. And leave on the gas. With the lid on now. So the steam, the water that is generated, goes into the vegetables, stays in, and starts sweating them. A low gas, like that. Don't try and rush it. Don't try and rush it, because you're only going to turn the gas up and then you're going to burn it. So although it seems like it's ages, just leave it to get going, do it by itself. You'd be surprised how quickly it actually does it, even though you're thinking, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. I was going to play the drums then, but if I do that, you'll go, ow, that hurt me. So I won't play the drums, right? I'll do it quietly. Let's have, can we see a bit of steam coming out of there? Can we? Can we just have a... Oh look, it is. It's starting. Let's have another look and see. And there we go. Now look at that. Does that not look nice? Even now? Sweating to cook without colouring. So all that veg now is going to be cooked. Now we start to build the soup up. Use a little bit of flour. And mix it around. Work it through, then you won't get no big lumps. I'm going to just put some hot water . Normally you use it out of the kettle, but unfortunately my assistant nicked the plug for the camera, so I've got to use it out of the sink, okay? You've got your vegetable and flour mixed together, so you're going to add your water bit by bit by bit. Stirring it round, building, make sure it's thoroughly mixed each time and brought back to the boil. So you build your sauce up, you build your soup up, you build your mixture up. It's not a thing you just throw in all together. So at this stage, because I want you to build it up and bring it back to the boil, I'm going to ask you to turn the gas up a little bit, just to help the cause along, just while we do this bit. You see now it's still quite thick. It's actually boiling, so we can add the next bit of water. Stir it in. Stir it around, work it in. Boil it up. See it bubbling? Back to the boil. See it on the boil, yep. Bit more water now. Remember, it's soup we're making, it's not a sauce. So we don't want it, you know, thick as pudding or something like that. Soup with a consistency. Just waiting for it to come back to the boil now. See it boiling up? And I actually think that is really just about thick enough, don't you? It's not a gunge and it's not a consommé. It's thick enough for a cream of soup. So, we've got enough water. Let's put a little bit of seasoning in it. Salt. Sea salt, please. A little bit of pepper. Just give it a bit of piquancy. That's a posh word for you. And the pièce de résistance, we want a chicken oxo cube. Not a beef, a chicken. Or a vegetable. And that just crumble it in. And what that will do is flavour that water that we have put in it. So that it's not just boiled vegetables in water, it is sweated vegetables in stock. Stuff that used to take 8 to 10 hours to do. Maybe you talk to your grandmother, she might know about the stock pot. We don't use it nowadays. We do use cubes. And then just turn it down. Put it on to simmer very gently. Give it about 5 or 10 minutes just to cook out. Okay? Right, let's have a look. It's had about 10 minutes now, boiling nicely, and Well, what's that look like to you? I know what it looks like to me. Oh, watch. A really, really good homemade, you can do this, pot of soup and bread. A bread roll. Now then, you can do that on a nice November night.